Hey guys, it's Tanya, also known as Scraptastic Creations. I want to create a 2-page layout today, and I am going to use this Wildflower Birthday Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. So this is an entire kit in one, but I want to show you something real fast before I show you this kit. So this is the Wildflower Specialty Paper Collection. I wanted you to see the difference between the Scrapbooking Workshop Kit and then just the paper. And this is a specialty paper. You get, these are beautiful. So these have gold foiling in them. And like I said, they are absolutely beautiful. I love them. And you have great patterns. Okay, so I'm just giving you a quick look at this. I want you to see the difference. But these come with, this has these cards. And this is also, that's the back of this sheet, because these papers are double-sided, and you get these tags and then some fun like cards, and then these little pieces here, and you get, so you have 2 of those sheets, and then you have 2 sheets of these die cuts. So these just punch out real easy, and so those make scrapbooking super easy and fun, and it has your embellishments right there. So this is the specialty paper collection. Now this is the scrapbooking kit. So I want you to see the difference in the patterns of paper as well. So they all go together, but the specialty paper has the gold foiling where the workshop, the scrapbooking workshop kit does not. And then you had these sheets and you have these punch outs, and the ones in here are different. So let me show you those. Okay, this is the scrapbooking kit. So you have everything you need to create 3 double page layouts, so 6 layouts. And this is your cutting guide and your dimensions and all of that. So save these after and put them in a binder, because you basically have a sketchbook. And you can just change up the papers and still use the sketches. And I love that. So it's kind of like if you buy these workshops, you then are getting a sketchbook as well. All right, so let me show you the other stuff. So it also comes with all of the cardstock that you need to create those specific layouts, or you can use it and create your own thing, which is what I am going to do. And these are 2-toned, and I love that. So you have the light and the dark side. And then it has these additional pieces. So you have your placement, photo placement cards. So if you don't have your photos ready, you can just use these in place of your photo and then add your photos later. Or you can just use these and add some white border around your photos, which is what I like to do with them. So this is a sticker sheet, and I love these stickers. They are very high quality sticker. They make for awesome embellishments. And this is one of the reasons why I chose this paper collection, because I love this special day, and I loved all of these, and I definitely want to use this. And then you had these punch out sheets. So these are more of those die cuts, and you have these fun die cuts, and I just thought these are so cool. Look at this. Isn't that neat? Okay, and then these are like leaves. I'm not sure you can see them, but they're leaves for those flowers. Okay, so let me show you why I chose this paper collection. These are the photos that I'm going to scrapbook, and this is my niece Charlotte, and she graduated from kindergarten, and I wanted to go ahead and scrapbook these photos for her. But you see how she has these beautiful flowers, and there's blues and pinks, and her little certificate has all these fun colors in them. And I thought that this would be a great collection to use to scrapbook these little graduation photos. I'm going to use white cardstock in my background. And then I cut this polka dot piece, and I'm going to use that going down both sides. And then this will go here, and this one will go here. And then I cut this one for up top, and you'll have a little bit of border going around. But I do want to do a little bit of ink distressing. So I'm going to bring in my tool and some black ink. if you follow me here on YouTube, you know that I do this to a lot of my layouts to give it more detail. And it's just a simple, easy way to give your layout detail. Let me show you, I'm working off of a sketch, and this sketch is by the creative design team. And I've used this sketch before, so stay tuned to the end because I'm going to bring that layout in and I'm going to show you how very different they look. And I also have additional artwork that I'll share with you using this paper collection. So I was thinking about bringing in this sticker, Hooray, and I thought that that would look nice along a border here, and it will give it a little accent of this really pretty color. But let's bring in my photos. Now I put a mat behind this photo and this one, and I used that blueberry bushel. So what I did here was I just cut this one, I printed this one as a 4x6, and this one I just cut the white border off of the one side and then just put that together and made it look like one long photo with a little bit of white going around it and separating them. Now I'm just going to go ahead and remove the sticky off of this sticker. That way there I can move it around and play with it. And I'm just going to use my anti-static pouch, and I'm just going to pat that and it'll remove that sticker from the back of that. Okay, so I will only need, let's cut about to here so we can be sure it's covered. And then I will also ink distress around that. But then this one, and I'll cut this one too so we can save it and use some of it for another layout. But this is what that would look like. And I think that's super cute. I like those little words right there. I really like the way that looks. Now, it wasn't necessary that I removed the sticky off of that. However, if I wanted to play around with it or I didn't want to end up using it, then it was just easier for me to do that. So I'm going to bring in this Spotlight on Nature dies, and I love these dies. You have two sheets of circles right here, and I love these. These have different designs on them. This one kind of reminds me of like a leaf pattern, and I've done a lot of fun things with these. I think they're great. So let's bring these dies in. Here are the two circles that I created using that pattern paper. Isn't that fun? Nice little like border around there. And I'm going to use these to build my embellishments. They're going to be landing places to build my embellishment clusters on. And I'm going to put one over here, and I'm going to put one over here behind this photo. Now I'm wanting to bring these photos down a lot more because I'm wanting to utilize this space up top. So, and I kind of want to make sure that these are lined up in about the same place. But let's bring these way down here. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do up here. I was thinking how fun it would be to bring in that birthday celebration stamp and use those banner dies. That would look so cute up top of here to create like this banner, a celebration banner for her graduation. So I cut some tassels using that blueberry bushel cardstock, the melon Mambo, and the peach pie. And I thought that those would look cute. How cute are those? Okay, let's create some embellishments. Now I want to stamp this backpack and this apple and this pencil and then the graduation cap. And I'm going to stamp some of these books. And I'm going to bring in some of my Stampin' blends. Now, the Melon Mambo is not in this paper collection, and you can see where I added that in, but it is going to coordinate nicely because this is in her flowers and then her certificate here, and as well as this light lemon lolly. Now I'm going to use this for like the book spine when I color it. So I have my peach pie and my pretty in pink and my soft sea foam and then my blueberry bushel. Okay, so I colored several sets of books, created a couple different backpacks, and cut that little apple out and the little hat. And I made this paper, and then I also went ahead and I stamped that I stamped that pencil in the peach pie, the black, and then my melon mambo, and just cut it out and pieced it together. And then I have some of these, and then I also cut the title out. I stamped it, that Celebrate, from this stamp set right here. I stamped it in 3 different colors, and I'm going to play with it and see which one we like. And then I just fussy cut it out. I also want to create my journaling spot to use in my embellishment clusters. So I typed it out on my computer and then just printed it in that peach pie cardstock off my little Epson 400. And then I'm going to just get a basic tag out and cut that into a tag shape. Okay, so there's that. And then I went ahead and put that little class of 2025. I thought that would be cute. Now here's my idea with this. I'm just gonna grab like a tool and kind of roll this and break this fiber up just a little bit here, mold it. So it's a little bit easier for me to roll. So I cut that little piece of paper about in half and then edge distress. I'm gonna bring my Stampin' Seal in, and I'm probably off camera, I'm sorry. But I am going to put some of that liquid glue right there and then re-roll this tightly. And this is gonna be kind of like her diploma. So, and I got a fun idea to create some tassels for that. It's kind of squishing it down a little bit so it's not bulky in my layout, which is also why I cut it down some more too. So I think that's gonna be cute right there. I'm going to bring in my black twine. This is just Baker's twine. This is the Essentials pack. So you get some pretty neutral colors. So I'm going to use this for the top of my tag, but I'm also going to use this around my diploma here. Okay, how super cute is that? I love that. I love those little hang-in tassels. Let me show you real quick. So I use that for the books. I told you I would show you how to use this. And it's this little like comb looking thing, and let me show you that real quick. So it looks like this, and honestly, if you had a little pair of scrapbooking scissors, you can use that as a comb if you wanted to do like a first haircut or hairdresser kind of layout. But this is, you just kind of roll this together. You roll it and then just kind of fan these out a tiny bit, and that's how I got that. But I didn't do 2. I just did 1 because I didn't want them thicker. I wanted them smaller. So I just cut this in half when I did it. And I ran that glue runner right there. The glue runner right there. And I took my twine and I laid that on there as I was rolling it. So it was like on the inside. And I just thought that came out really cute. So let's play with these embellishments. I'm going to distress this with the black. And let's play with these and see what we like. So this adorable little girl is my niece, Charlotte, the graduate. And that handsome guy is her daddy, my little brother, Christopher. And then her mommy, Caitlin. So they live all the way in New England, so not close to me. And I cherish all the times I get to spend with them. I don't get to see them very often, but I do enjoy the time that I have. And she is a riot. Let me tell you what. She may be super tiny, but she is tough. Charlotte has no fear. She loves to cuddle and gives the best hugs, and I just adore her. This was a pretty exciting year for her, starting kindergarten, and she goes to a little Christian school and only has half days, but she absolutely loves school. Charlotte has learned to read this year, and she's super smart when it comes to math, and she got to make some of her very own friends. Now, the other 2 people in the photos holding Charlotte's hand is Grandma and Grandpa, and those are my parents, and they went to Charlotte's little graduation to support her, which was so sweet. I end up moving that journaling tag around and place it right up against that photo and move those embellishments around the tag. So I found these words in my stash, and I just cut out another one of those circles because I thought it needed maybe a third, and I think that this would look cute right here. You did it. I was looking for some fun, like I thought this was perfect. I there's a graduation stamp that Stampin' Up! Has on the website, but I don't have it, and I wish I would have had it for this layout, but I did add it to my cart, so I'll have it for the next little graduation layout I do, or even a graduation card. It has like these hands on it. It has a cap and gown and these hands on it that are like, you know, like kind of up in the air, and I imagine those like down like all the way at the bottom of a layout. You know, kind of cheering the person on. I thought that was really cute. But anyways, I'm going to pull out these stamps, these gems, neutral matte dots. And don't forget to stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you the comparison and some additional artwork with this paper. You know what? I don't really like them. They're not fun. So what if we try this strawberry slush in Pretty in Pink? And I was thinking about these darker strawberry slush ones, just to give it just a little bit more pop of pink in places. I thought maybe black, but like I said, it wasn't fun. I didn't like it. Those are cute. I like those. Before I show you that other artwork, let me give you a closer look at this. Aren't these tassels fantastic? I just love these. I love how these came out. I think this is super cute. And I think that my family is going to love it. Charlotte will definitely love it. I can't wait to show her. Okay, so let's bring in that other layout. Okay, so this is the other layout that I created, and it is the same sketch. Now, this one's in a plastic sleeve, and I'm going to show you why. So on here, I had some flip flaps. And at first, I thought I was going to put my journaling down here, but I decided I'm going to put it here. I just need to type it up and print it, and I haven't done that yet. Okay, so let me pull this out here. Okay. So on this one, I didn't have anything up top. I just had an embellishment cluster here. And then my photos are a little bit smaller. I had made these are about 2 3/4, and then by 2 3/4. And then I made the frames 3 by 3, where these ones are 3 by 3, and I printed these with the white border around them. And then I have a 5 by 7 here, and I kind of just brought that down further, where I have two 4 by 6s here. Okay, so then on this one, I have a larger photo here than I do here. And then I do still have my embellishment cluster here, and then the word strip over here instead of down here. And then I put my other embellishment cluster down here, and this is slightly higher, and this is higher because I did not have this banner. But there you have it, 2 exact sketches, but 2 different layouts. So let me show you that additional artwork. Check out this fun purse. Isn't that cute? I thought that this would make a fantastic gift bag to give for somebody, to put something in there. I attended a retreat back in February, and I made this, and this is with the same paper collection. So then I made a little one, and this would be super fun for, I got something in there. This would be super fun to put like little like pillow gifts in, or little treats, or somebody at your office. And then I also went ahead and made a few cards. So I didn't put any words on here because I'm going to put them on the inside, but check this out. How fun is that? Isn't that cute? So there's this card, and then there is this one. Hooray. And then I thought that's a super cute birthday card. And this one, I didn't want to put any words, but I'm going to probably put words here because I didn't know if I wanted to use it for a birthday or a friend or miss you or something like that. So I just kind of, can you see that gold shimmer? I just kind of left that without any sentiment on there. There's another video on the screen that I really think that you'll like. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you will subscribe to my channel, that really helps me out a lot and I really appreciate it. Here's that video for you to check out.